Hello there, creatives. Welcome back to our channel. Before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more creative tutorials. Today, we're going to explore how to create a personal diary or journal in Microsoft Word, whether you're looking to reflect on your thoughts, track your progress, or simply express yourself. This tutorial will guide you through the process. Let's get started in creating your personal journal or personal diary template. I am going to show you something first. As you can see on your screen right now, there is already a created template for your personal journal or personal diary. I created this journal earlier before I make this video because I would like to show you the step-by-step process that I did on how I added all of these design from a blank document. So for us to start, all you need to do on your end is to open a blank document by going to Windows Search, click on Word, and then click New, and then click Blank Document. So let's go back to the blank document that I have here. And for me to add a background on my cover page for my personal journal, I will go ahead and click on the Design tab. And then once you click your Design tab, you need to look for the Page Background group. This Page Background group, it will allow you to go to the page color where we are going to get the background. You have to click on Fill Effects. And then once you have the Fill Effects dialog box, it has 4 tabs that you can choose from. So if, like, for example, you would like your background to be in gradient design, you just have to choose gradient tab, and then you can choose from 1 color, 2 colors, preset, set the transparency, the shading styles, and the variants. And then there's also texture. So from the texture, you can see if you scroll down, there are different style already. So you just have to choose from this one, or you can click on other texture for the other options to appear. And then the next one is pattern. So there are different patterns from this tab that you can choose from as well, where you can set the foreground color as well as the background color. But if like for example, you have a preferred picture, like for example, if your journal is about travel and you would like to put an airplane on it, then you can choose picture. Then you just have to go ahead and select picture, then search for the picture that you want, or if you have something saved already, then you can choose that, then just click OK. But as for the journal that I created earlier, I actually used pattern and this one. So it's the dotted 5%. I changed the foreground color, and then let's make it a little bit darker. And then I also apply a background, and then I'll click OK. So as you can see, there is already a background on the blank document. Okay, since we already have a background on our journal, what we're going to do next is this part. As you can see, there is a washout image here as well as the title of our journal. So for me to do that, let's go back. I just have to click on top, and then once you click, the header and footer will appear. So once it appears, it will allow us to actually insert an image. So let's go to Insert and then click on Pictures. And you can insert picture from your device if you already have a saved one, or online pictures. I'll choose online pictures. So earlier, I just looked for journal. And I choose this one, and then I click Insert. Once it has been downloaded, please click on this square box because it will allow you to choose your text wrapping layout. I always choose behind text, and then just close it. And then you can adjust it to the size that you want. And you can also drag it so that you can place it where you want it to be. And then here also, I will write the name of my journal. So to change it, you can just simply highlight it and the box will actually appear. From here, you can change the font style as well as the font size. And you can also choose the color. You can also change it into bold if you like. And just change the color to a little bit lighter. And once you're done doing this, all you need to do is to go to header and footer and close it. So as you can see, it automatically turned into a washed out image. So that is how you will add this image on top as well as the title of your journal. Okay, since we already have the design on top, let's go back to the original one. Okay, so as we can see here, there is this gray color bar. So let me go ahead and teach you on how did I add this one on the template. So let's go back. So from here, what I did earlier, I went to Insert tab. So click Insert. And then right now what we are going to use is shapes. So click on this shapes and then it will give you different options of shapes. So if you would like to use lines, rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equation shapes, it's all up to you. So earlier what I used is this one. So let's click and then you just have to draw it. And there you go. So from this shapes, you will be able to see that shape styles group appears here. This is actually where you can choose the color and the style of the shape that you added on the journal. So it's up to you and how are you going to color it or how will you design it. So there are lots of options here. So earlier I actually chose gray, but let's choose a different color this time. So let me choose this one, or let me choose this one. Okay, hold on, let's get, okay. Let us try to choose a little bit. Should be contrast on the, okay, let's choose this one instead. Okay, so this is the color that we chose for the shape styles, but as I have mentioned earlier, it's all up to you what will be the color that you want. It depends on your mood or it depends on your favorite color. Okay, then let's go back. As you can see here, there is a date to date text. That is where you can, input the date where you will be writing your, or when will you be writing your journal. So let's go back. So for that, what we are going to do is to click on Insert again. And then this time we are going to use text box. Let's just use the simple text box. And then you can drag it here. You can delete this and then you can write date today. You can actually highlight it. And then for this one, as you notice, there is a word styles that appears here that you can also choose so that you can have a design in your date today. So let's try this one. You can also choose the font style. Earlier I chose Pacifico and then I chose the size as well. So let me add it. Let's try this one. And then you can go back to shape format. That is to adjust the color of the box. So of course we would like it to be transparent so that the day-to-day will appear here. So you can adjust it so that you can put it in the middle. And then you just have to click anywhere. And that is how you will add the bar earlier using the shapes design. And then for the text, you just have to add a text and adjust whatever word style you want, as well as whatever shape style you want. So the next part that we are going to do is this part on how I added this notes area. So let's go back. So what I did earlier, I clicked on insert and I also use shapes. So for that one, I used this one. And then I created here a shape. And then I adjust it into, let's use this one. Let's try a different color aside from the one that we have from the original. So let's choose this, or this one. Let's choose this one instead. So this is going to be the first part. And then as you can see, there is a word notes there. So just the same, we'll click this square and then click behind text, and then let's close it. And then for us to add this area, all we need to do is to go to insert and then use text box again. And then let's just use this one. And then let's write notes. We will again adjust this to transparent. Then let's put it here. And then we can adjust the font style. So for the font style, it's actually up to you what you want to use. You can also adjust the color. So let's choose this one. And let's choose this. If you would like to make it bold, that's fine. And then either adjust this. And then you can click anywhere. So that is how I added that part. So what I used is the shapes from the insert tab as well as the text box. Okay, so let's proceed on the next part. Let's go back again. So I will be showing you on how I created this part. So let's go back. So what I did earlier, I also went to insert and then I chose a shape again and I used this one. And then I created here this shape. Okay. So let us apply some color. Let's just use the same color. And then the next part is this one. So what I did is I go to insert again and I chose a shape and this one, and I created the shape here. Okay, and then I just choose the color. So what I did, I just Control C. I just press Control C from my keyboard and then Control V. Control V for vector so that I can create another image or I can duplicate it. And then I press Control V again so that another one will appear. And then I will just adjust it because I need a smaller one below. So let's just adjust. And there you go. So So this one, let us always click this one and click behind text. Same with this one and on the last one as well. So let's go to designing it. If you would like it a little bit lighter, like this one, and that will be fine. Let's go back to the original one. As you can see, there is a word here, to-do list, I am grateful for, and mood today. So this one, it's all up to you what you want to put there. Like for example, you would like to put a quotation or deadlines, it's all up to you. So let's go back. So what I'm going to do is go to insert again, click this one. So we're going to do is to add another text box, and then we can go ahead and adjust it as well. So let's try this, and then we can also change the color, and let's move it here. Oops, hold on. Okay, and then of course we're going to apply shape styles again. Let's have it transparent. If you would like to have a design, you can choose from word art style and do this. And then what I usually do is I just copy, I press Ctrl C and then Ctrl V, and then I just move it here, and then I will just edit. I am grateful for. So let's just type it. So if, like for example, it happens like that, you can just adjust that one, and then I'll press another one and drag it here for the last word today. And there you go. You already have the basic journal that you can use. So what if, like for example, you will be printing this journal for your safekeeping so that you can write it instead of keeping it to your computer. You would like to print it and you will write on it every day. So sometimes it's very hard to write on something like this if it's not on the computer without a guide. So what I usually do, let me show you. You can see there are these lines. So how I did it, I go to insert. I also use text box and this one, and I add text box here. Then I'll just drag it and adjust it, and I will just adjust this again into transparent. And then what I do is I just delete it and I use underscore. I'll press shift and then I apply underscore. By doing this, you will be creating a line. So I'm going to do the same on the next one. Then I will just adjust it. I believe this is a little bit bigger, so let me adjust it, and then you can just adjust, and there you go. So it is going to be the same if you're going to add lines on this part of your personal journal. So all you need to do is to go to insert, and then you have to click on text box, and then you put it here, drag it on the place where you want it to be, and then you just have to drag it down You apply again the shape styles and then just delete this, and then you do shift and then underscore from your keyboard to create lines. So there, you would like it to look like that. You can actually click on this and then Control C and then Control V so that you will create a paragraph type. So by doing so, as you can see, you now have a personal journal template that you can use, and if you would like this to print out, you will not have a hard time writing on it because it has guide already. But if, like for example, you will be using this in your computer, on your personal laptop, it is your option if you're going to add those lines because you can directly write on it. Okay, so now that you have your personal journal template, what if, like for example, you would like to have a duplicate copy of this template? So how are we going to do that in Word? So what we're going to do is to just Control A and Control A to select all, and then Control C. And then we go to Layout, and then we click on breaks. So here you can see there are options for page break as well as section breaks. So what we are going to do is to click on next page under section breaks, and then on top just put your cursor there and then press Control V from your keyboard, and then you go here and then you go to layout again, click on breaks again, click on next page, and then you just have to press Control V again. So you just have to repeat the process and you will be able to duplicate the template. Okay, so the next that I'm going to teach you is what if, like for example, you would like to change the color of the entire personal journal template without clicking each shape one by one and changing the color. So let us go ahead and explore Microsoft Word. So we can actually do that by going to Design tab. So here in the Design tab, we actually have this part that says colors. So it says here that these are theme colors, who can quickly change all the colors used in your document by picking a different color palette. So let's click on it and let's explore it. So you actually have options here to choose from. So if you notice, if like for example you want it gray to make it, plain, then you can do that and it will be applied to your document. If you would like blue warm, then it will be applied there. There's also an option to customize it if you like. So it's up to you. This dialog box will appear wherein you will be allowed to create new theme colors. So if you would like to change it, then that's going to be okay. So like for example, for this one, you would like to change it to yellow, and this one is to blue. So this is the background, and then you change it this one. So that is where you will see the preview. So this is how it is going to be look like once you set this and you save it. But as for me, I'm not going to use this one. I will just choose this part instead. So for me, I want this one. And if you will notice, this will be applied to the whole pages. So you can actually change the color depending on your mode. Okay, so the next that I'm going to teach you is what if, like, for example, you would like to change the color of the entire personal journal template without clicking each shape one by one and changing the color. So let us go ahead and explore Microsoft Word. So we can actually do that by going to Design tab. So here in the Design tab, we actually have this part that says colors. So it says here that these are theme colors who can quickly change all the colors used in your document by picking a different color palette. So let's click on it and let's explore it. So you actually have options here to choose from. So if you notice, if, like, for example, you want it gray to make it, plain, then you can do that and it will be applied to your document. If you would like blue warm, then it will be applied there. There's also an option to customize it if you like. So it's up to you. This dialog box will appear wherein you will be allowed to create new theme colors. So if you would like to change it, then that's going to be okay. So like for example, for this one, you would like to change it to yellow, and this one is to blue. So this is the background, and then you change it this one. So that is where you will see the preview. So this is how it is going to be look like once you set this and you save it. But as for me, I'm not going to use this one. I will just choose this part instead. So for me, I want this one. And if you will notice, this will be applied to the whole pages. So you can actually change the color depending on your mode. Okay, so since we are able to change the color of your personal journal template, there is also an option to apply effects on the whole journal. Let me show you that. It's also on the Design tab, and it's here. It is the effects here. You just have to click on the arrow. So it says here, this will quickly change the general look of objects in your document. So let's try this one. So as I hover, please notice on how it changes. Okay, isn't it great? Okay, so I will choose this one, the top shadow. So it has now an effect, and just the same, it has been applied to all of the pages. There's also another one that I would like to teach you. What if, like, for example, you would like to add a design, an additional design on your personal journal? So we can also do that. So how to do it? Let's just go to Insert. This time we are going to use this icons. So if we insert an icon, this is going to be symbols. So like for example, your journal would be about travel. Let's see if we could find anything. Okay, like for example, it is about going to the beach. So we can use this. But I suggest before you add that, so that you can move it around, you insert a text box first. So add a text box, like for example, I want to put it here at the bottom side. So you delete this and then you adjust this to transparent, and then that's the time that you insert the icon. Let's add travel icon. So this is the symbol, like for example, we'll go to the beach and then you click insert and there you go. So let's put it here. You can adjust it. See if your notes is about this. And this image itself, there is a graphic styles group here wherein you can design this. So let's try that. Okay. There you go. As you can see, it is being applied as I hover on the color. But since this is a tree, let us use, yes, let's apply a graphics outline of black. And for the fill, let's try maybe this one. Or you can actually choose anything. Or let's try a light brown color. This one. There's also graphics effects that you can use. It's like you can try reflection, you can try glow, you can try soft edges, but I would like it glow. So I want mine, let's try green or blue. Okay, and there you go. And that's it. You now have a beautiful personal diary or journal in Microsoft Word. Now it's your turn. Create your own diary using the steps we covered today and share it with me on the comments below. I'd love to see how you customize your diary or your journal. So don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Let's get creative together. If you have any questions or topic or suggestions, leave them in the comments below and I will be personally answering your comment. Happy journaling and I'll see you in the next video.